Hey guys, welcome to Tea Talk episode 2, where we have the pleasure this week of welcoming SIRcampsALOT223 to the channel to walk around his latest course, Camps Grip and Rip, and to give us an insight into the mind of the designing world, what influences him, what makes his courses so appealing, and anything else really that pops to mind for me to ask him. So without further ado, let's get Tea Talk episode 2 underway and welcome Camps to the channel. Welcome to the channel, Camps. It's a pleasure to have you, my friend.
Thanks for having me, Matt. I appreciate the opportunity to be here with you.
Oh, it's great, mate. It's great. So we're going to play your course today, which is Camps Grip and Rip. Do you mind telling me just a little bit about this course and the inspiration behind it?
Uh, it's really just I was shooting for kind of a natural, appealing, pretty course. It's a long course. It's going to have some extra par fives. I tend to add a few extra par fives in. I don't really mean to do it, but I do end up stretching out some waypoints during my design time, and I end up
Yeah, I
having a
have it
couple
on
extra par
screen now. I
fives.
can see it is a par 75, Camps. So yeah, that would
Yeah.
suggest a few par fives, few eagle opportunities for us.
Yep. I'm sorry, what?
A few eagle opportunities for us out there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. But the inspiration for the course really, eh, course design for me is it's kind of just a natural flow thing. And a lot of times I'll end up starting with just a blanks page and just see what I end up with. This course actually started out as a links course, and uh, I'm a little excessive, so things just kind of snowballed on me and got more and more objects, and all of a sudden my links course turned into a more traditional style course. So
No, I like that, mate. And we'll talk a little bit more of that as we get underway. So, just for the guys watching, obviously, we're going to play around Camps Grip and Rip. We're going to play pin set 1. We'll talk about pin set 4 when we get into the course, because I know I've spoken to you a bit about this over the week's camps. We're going to play from the blue tees, which is 8,440 yards. And we're going to play on your default conditions, which are fairways are normal, greens are soft, and the green speed is slow. We're going to play with
fantastic.
a medium wind um,
Okay.
set in, I think, from the north. And the other thing I mentioned is I've left all the difficulty open, so people might think I'm playing on some random difficulty. I will be playing on the TGC Tours difficulty, but Camps, my friend, likes to play on the easier settings for himself, and we'll talk about his style of play as we get into it. So let's kick off, mate. Let's get out onto this course. I'm excited to play it, Camps. I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds great.
I am.
Me
I
too.
I think we should probably give a full disclosure, mate. We did this is our second attempt at this video. I think we should acknowledge
We're
that
on
here.
take two.
We are on take 2.
We're on take two.
So let's hope
Oh, and
this
by
one
the way,
works. Let's hope
I'm
this
gonna
one.
play better this time too.
Wow, you still beat me by 6 strokes last time, mate. So maybe.
I know, but I only beat you by 6 strokes, and you're playing like super pro level stuff.
Yes, I'm playing on the
All
master settings. But yes, mate, I love it. I
right.
love the
Well,
fact that this started out as the links, and having seen a bit of the course, I can see how you can get, obsessive around the design and start adding things. And yeah, I really like this course, mate. So, and I really like the
thank
other
you.
the other course I played for on my channel of yours. That was a really tricky course. Um,
Camps Land of the Lost. Yeah. Yeah.
it's-
That was during take one when we were talking a little bit, you had asked me about some inspirations for different courses, kind of like this one.
yes,
And I told you there's people that will ask me to do a certain kind of course, and my my friends, some of my peers that I play with, that really enjoy the Camp Tropical Bliss, the shortcut course, um, the versus reward type courses that I do.
yes.
They had asked me to design another risk versus reward. That's how Camps
Uh,
Land of the Lost came about, because I hadn't done one in a little while, and they asked me to do another tricky course. So that's kind of how Land of the Lost came about.
it was fun hunting around for all the little secret routes and stuff. And I think on that point we'll touch on it. If you just search under camps, guys, you can find all his courses, and there's some brilliant ones and quite a few I'm yet to play through. So search him out. Search under camps. All his courses will come up, and definitely give Land of the Lost a go and see if you can find all those secret routes. But let's have a look at hole one, camps. So hole one here, you've gone for a short-ish par 4 opener. Um, I don't think I can drive the green here, but I know you'll go for it.
I'm gonna try.
I
I'll
like
probably
this.
end
So
up in this big bunker.
is the
Oh, I
framing off
might
the
get it. There's
tee box something you look for on the opening hole? I can see it's nicely framed, eye laser
yeah.
down there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. The I'll tell you, when you're designing and you're looking at your when you first do your playthrough, because one of the big parts of the design is trying to play each hole from each pin before you publish. And that's kind of how this thing snowballed on me, because when I was staring down that opening picture frame, it was just a big green rolling hill.
Ah, yeah.
And every time I looked at each tee box, and I'm like, well, that needs a little something else, and that needs a little something else. And it was like, oh, hold on. I don't think I got any putt. Oh, it's because I'm not on the green, dummy. I'm sitting there, I'm thinking I'm putting, I'm like
Why aren't
looking
you
at my
putting?
space. I still got a chip on here. Um, but yeah, that's kind of what happens to me um, with my opening hole, because to me the view from the tee is everything.
Yes, I agree. It
Uh,
it draws you in,
on
doesn't
it,
it, straight from the off, and that
yeah,
that that tee shot really does. You've got that
yeah.
drivable par four. It's a really beautiful opening hole, and I think the changes you made, mate, aesthetically, even though I didn't see it before, sound right for this type of course for me.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's you'd be you'd be amazed at what uh that's kind of why I tell everybody, I think everybody should try designing once, whether you stick with it or not. Um, I think you get the feel for what goes into it and what you start with compared to what you end up with. It's so satisfying when you finally see the last result. It's so satisfying,
Yeah, I bet it. I
especially
bet
when
it
you know
is.
that you started out with a blank slate.
'Cause it's like creating art, isn't it, for you guys?
It
You've
really
you've
is.
got this
Yeah,
vision.
I think so.
Yeah, and mate, honestly, we'll touch on it a bit more, but you designers do keep this game alive, and we'll talk about that as we go through it. But yeah, it's even just looking back when I'm watching you play on the greens here and looking back, and it's just so pleasing just to see, all the lumps and bumps, the undulations in your greens and fairways, and it must be amazing. I honestly, I know you say everyone should try it once. I don't, I'm not sure I've got it in me. I might collab on a course,
I'll give
but
you I'll give you the same warning I give everybody else. If you try it and you like it, it's super addicting.
yeah, that's my
It
worry, mate.
will it will start consuming a lot of your time.
I get
So
very,
just,
very
kind
addicted.
of yeah, if you have a creative side and an artsy side at all, once you learn how to use the tools in the designer, this thing will really start getting a hold of your imagination and your time. I promise.
That's amazing.
It's
Yeah,
really it's so much fun. Um, to me, it's kind of like my escape from the gameplay part, because I play so much. Um, I know I've mentioned it before to you in our chat, was that I take care of so many societies, and
you
I have
do.
my own society, and I do so much with other players and other designers, and so much that you know when I get the chance to just not play and just turn my
Jump on
volume
it.
up and just listen to the clicks of the designing tool instead of the swing of the club, it's super relaxing for me. So
Nice, mate. Yeah, and
yeah,
I think everyone needs that kind of creative outlet, no matter what it is in your life. And even if, no one's going to be the best in the world at stuff, like me with my editing, I've just started to learn editing software and all this new stuff I'm messing around with, and it's frustrating as hell at times. But you get better
sure,
video by video, and you
sure.
learn every single time. So I can respect that, mate. And maybe at some point when I'm done with all my my editing woes, I'll try designing, mate, and see what happens. It'd probably just be a fairway with a load of sheep on it, if I'm being honest.
It's you're gonna, if you get into it, and once you get comfortable with the tools and figure out what the tools can do, like I said, it's just a really satisfying thing. And I think when you see the final result, it's what it does for me is it just makes me want to make the next one look prettier or more real or more creative or more, you know, interesting. So the thing about these are, is it's courses are the sad part of designing courses is that they disappear.
Yes.
They have a wave of popularity, and our goal as designers is to we want to be on that highly rated filter. When you search for courses and you
Yeah.
search for good ones, the first place you look is the highly rated filter, and we want to be on that highly rated filter. And it's sad but true. If you can be on the front page of the highly rated filter for one day, it's outstanding. And these guys that get courses that never leave the front page
Fair play.
is absolutely unbelievable. It really is. And so yes, ultimately that's our goal. It's get noticed and have a course with some kind of longevity. And doesn't happen very often.
No, but I bet when it does, it's exciting.
Oh, it's so awesome. That after you put the course out for publishing, and your first 3 or 4 days it's out there. And like I said, I kind of got a little bit of an advantage as far as getting initial viewings and plays because I run so many design, no, so many societies. Um, I can get a couple hundred plays pretty quick, and my ratings will pop up pretty quick because it's all easy play guys, right?
Yeah, true.
But once it gets a hold of some of the other societies, once it trickles into the more skilled guys societies where they're looking for different things, um, that's when my ratings will pop. They'll drop back down. So I do have to say that I do get a little bit of a advantage boost there
Wow.
to kind of get a jump on things, which is fantastic. But it's always short lived.
It is. And did you just hole out, Camps?
I did from
I'm
like
having a
a million
disaster. I've had
miles
a
away.
bogey so far. I've had a mare. This is not the first playthrough, guys. I was like minus 20, 13.
I putted that one from a million miles away. I don't know how I
Wow.
made that guess, but
Fair play, mate. Fair play. So yeah, it's I mean I totally agree with you what you're saying. The plays and just it's the satisfaction, isn't it? It's like views on YouTube or Twitch or if you do any of this stuff, you want that acknowledgement for your art, right? And
yep.
it's great because I know
Oh,
you've had quite a few successful courses, and you say you do run your own society. Well, 8 societies,
yes,
but I like the ethos
a
behind your
bunch. Yeah.
your prime society. If you want to tell the
Oh,
viewers
okay.
about that.
Sure. So my pride and joy is a society I started about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And the reason I started it was because um, every society that I play all beginners. So let me give everybody a little bit of history. So I play all beginner society stuff. I'm no timing. I cannot play timing, swing timing golf at all. I just don't enjoy it. So it's like any other society. There's always a handful of people that win every single event, and I got tired of losing every event to the same people every time. So
Fair.
I started a society where I don't allow anyone to dominate the top 5 spots. So if your name comes up in the top 5 spots, I ask you to either play a lot less or move along to a higher skill level. So I keep this society, and the society is
Nice.
called Four Low Score.
That's FORE.
Four,
Yeah.
yeah, FORE. Yep, Four Low Score Golf Club, and everybody's welcome to come play. Um,
Yeah.
you just have to make sure that if you are a higher skilled player, that you just don't dominate the top 5 spots. Move along or play a lot less, and people are pretty acceptive to that. That way, these guys learning and building confidence. They don't lose that confidence level because they're not losing to the same players every single day.
Yeah, and it can be demoralizing, right? Seeing the same names at the top of the leaderboard and like, oh. why can't I be up
Absolutely.
there? And I've seen it in TGC tours and stuff and other societies I play in, and you've got the same guys, and you can't win. It kind of it's
Yeah,
demoralizing. So I love that ethos, mate, and I think other societies should really take that on board. When you get a good group, and as you say, and you can just keep them, and as you ask the guys to play less, and that's I think that's perfectly acceptable to do. And I think you mentioned earlier that you also have another society where if they are too good, you move them into the society where you play more often now as well, which
yeah.
sounds good. By invite only,
Yep,
obviously.
absolutely.
Camps, you got to keep these things restricted, I think. But I
Yeah,
just love
absolutely.
that
Yeah, we
ethos, mate. And I've watched you on Twitch, and you do help and talk people through how to play. So I would thoroughly recommend people checking you out on Twitch if you want to just give your Twitch handle a shout out, mate.
okay. Yeah, my Twitch handle is the exact same as my gamer tag on Xbox. It's SIRcampsALOT223. Um, yeah, I do a lot of tutorials. Because like I said, my Pride and Joy Society is based on. I mean, we have 40 about 40. We average about 40 daily players, and there's like probably 400 members. And a lot of these guys are lucky to, even at beginner settings, are lucky to score 18 under. Oh my, I'm down there in the weeds. I forgot about the wind. They're lucky to score 18 under. So I do a lot of Twitch stuff. When we get their fittings right, teach them
Nice.
ways to use loft, that type of stuff. And you know, help them kind of learn how to control the ball on their approach shot, and that changes a lot of their game. And I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I wish more of them would ask me for help, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think I love it when people reach out and ask you to help. And I've done a few self-help videos myself back in the early days, and I think it's something I want to get back to because they're probably my most popular videos. So yeah,
They're
I
all they're always they're always awesome.
no, I agree,
Yeah,
mate. I
I love
agree.
I love I love it when people try to help you with anything like that. It's really nice. Like I said, my designs really took off when I befriended Even Prime
Right, yes, quality
and
player
and
even is.
yeah, and CJ West, because they're two of the best designers in the you know in our little hobby that we have. And when I befriended those guys, my designing stepped up tremendously, and I think it's that way with everything. So,
Yeah, and there's so many great communities and as you say guys in this game. It's just incredible, isn't it? And you can meet them.
oh goodness,
I've met yourself, mate, and we've been chatting for a few weeks, and it's been great getting to know you and getting ready for this obviously special we're doing Tea Talk episode 2, which it's an
yeah.
honor to have you on, Camps, and hopefully, as you say, I know even Primes. Hopefully, I'll get him on at some point as well. But it
Oh
is,
yeah, I'm sure he'll be honored to come on for sure.
yeah, he's a
Um,
top guy. So I am
yeah. Oh yeah.
chunking my way around your course, by the way. I'm absolutely. Oh
You're
my.
doing you're
Um.
doing just fine.
Oh, I'm not. I am found another bunker. Been on a bunker streak of late. I think someone reached out to me after my last video and was like, "You just need to take a bucket and spade, mate," because I'm finding them all.
Oh yes. Yeah, there's a bunch of them out in the middle of these fairways for sure.
But I've noticed
Um,
between this one and the other courses I've played of yours, mate, there is a particular aesthetic to them. You have your own unique style. Is that something that just came naturally? Do you like to try and keep them of a similar ilk, even though there's a lot of variations in your courses?
um, well, like I said, it's kind of it's a very interesting question. Um, but it's not one that I have a really good answer for, because most of the time, I think all designers have certain courses that they like to design. Um, there's certain courses that are a lot easier to design than others.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
I personally think tropical designs are the easiest to be creative with and to make them look beautiful. I think they're the easiest ones.
Got you.
Um,
Yeah.
and then the ones with the alpine ones, the ones with the mountain backgrounds.
Oh yeah, when you can
The
get the
back the backdrops are huge. I mean, your backdrop does a lot for what your design looks like. Um, so for me, like I said, most of the time I started out with just a blank slate, and then I just kind of let it go and see what happens. So I usually just pick a theme, and once I pick that theme, then I just kind of roll with it, and we see what ends up on the screen when we're done. It's, when I sit down, I don't sit there and think, okay, well, first hole I have to do this, or second hole I have to do this. It's not planned out by any means whatsoever.
nice.
Um, yeah, it's all just kind of comes. It just kind of comes as I'm going, and that's how it works for me. It could be way different for other people.
I think that's
You
like a
know,
lot
if
of creative people in like writing and things like that. It just these things just evolve and take a life of their own, right? And I'm assuming they consume all your thoughts, and you're thinking, I can do this here and that there. Does it
Oh,
get that
absolutely.
way?
Oh,
Are
absolutely.
you
Yeah,
bothering your
absolutely.
wife camps with questions around which where this tree should go? Is that
I do. I do. It's actually really funny. So here's when I first started really taking my designs to a new level. So here, this is you're gonna love this. This is pretty funny. So, um, what I found myself doing was if I was sitting watching television and, let's say a Jeep Chrysler commercial would come on TV, and you'd see these guys in their four-wheel drives, and they're heading up this mountainside, or there's some kind of a waterfall out in the backdrop, or they're going up through some foresty area that just looks amazing. The first thing I think of is, man, that would look good on my course.
amazing?
It's like it's you just spot things, and then you're like, I could do that. I can design that. I can put that in my next go round. And I do that a lot. I do that kind of stuff a lot. But it's well, like well, I was telling you earlier, we was talking about the way different courses come about, like we are now. And I was saying my wife was watching some of the my YouTube friends playing my courses online, and she realized, the different options that we have as designers at that point, because she was starting to see different kinds, and she's like, well, can you make something with a lot of crocodiles? And I
Nice.
said, well, absolutely, I'll make you a crocodile course. So that's
That's
my
coming
next
next,
course. I
is
can
it?
promise you guys it's gonna
Wow,
have some crocodiles in it.
amazing,
Oh, I
amazing.
missed that one by I missed that shot by a mile.
I hit a lovely
um
shot in, mate, but I missed the putt. I am butchering the putts on this course.
I was gonna say you were right by the hole, I thought.
Yeah, I am. I'm not having a good putting round, camps. Let's leave that there.
Oh, get in the hole. Get in the hole. Oh, I
Oh,
lifted up.
nasty lip out. But yeah, you are absolutely smashing me this time round, mate. Last time I was holding my own, but not tonight.
Yeah, last time
Ten
we were
shots
like neck
back.
and neck.
I know. I'm 10 shots back already. Uh, but I'm just enjoying being out here again
Well,
with you, my friend.
oh
It's great
man,
chatting to
me
you.
too. Yeah, we've been texting for what, about 3 or 4 weeks now, and this is the first day we ever actually spoke, and it's fantastic. I think we're going to build a very good online Xbox golf friendship. There's
Yeah,
no question in my mind.
for sure, my friend, for sure. And it's what I
I've
love to do in this game. I've met so many like designers like yourself, Geordie Boy and Alan Eastwood. I don't know if you know them as designers, but they also design and they've become good friends of mine over the years. It's just
That's
it's just
awesome. What's their gamer tag name?
so Geordie Boy is Geordie Boy 85 and it's A Eastwood 54. Um, they're both PlayStation boys, mind. Because
Oh, I gotcha.
I used to play a lot over there. Um, like you say, you just form lovely communities on here, and I think you said you started designing in TGC 2019, was it?
Yeah. Hmm.
So you've been designing a
Yep. And
long
then
time, mate. So you've
well,
got this down
I
pat.
didn't have 21. I didn't have 21. I got 19 when I got 19 when it was free, um, on the Xbox, game whatever it is, the Game Pass.
Yes, the Game Pass. Yeah.
And Oh man, I just missed an easy putt.
Oh, that was an
And
easy putt for you.
I know. And I designed 4 or 5 courses on there, but then when they started posting the advertisements for this game, I basically jumped straight to this game.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't import any of my old courses from that one, but the design software on this game is so much better anyway.
Oh, it seems that what you guys are doing with it is phenomenal. From what I've seen from the designers and the stuff that's coming out from the community, it's just incredible. And I am in sand again. Oh, I am struggling, Cam.
It's
It's late. That's why I'm putting it. It's late.
yeah, it's really late where you are, man. It's what 3:30 in the afternoon here, or no,
Yeah,
4.
yeah.
It's like
It's
4 p.m. here or something, and
it is late. But that
think
community thing and
yeah,
stuff,
4 almost 4:30.
as I mentioned to you earlier, the reason I got into this game was through COVID and lockdown and just a way to stay in touch with your friends. And that's another bogey. I've
Oh
had three
yeah.
bogeys out here, Camps. This course is beating me up.
Oh my.
You told me to play this
Oh
on the
my.
Impossible channel. I found all your bunkers, mate. I found them. They're very cunningly placed, Camps. I'll give you that.
They're deep too, man.
They are
Playing with
deep.
your settings, those
Yeah,
bunkers are nasty with your
I'm
settings. I
having a
guarantee
layup
it.
out of them. I can't go for the greens from them. So it's been, yeah, not fun. Considering I hit double digits earlier, I'm claiming that, Camps. I'm claiming my 10 under from earlier. People just ignore my score in this one.
There you go. There you
I'm
go.
just enjoying chatting, mate. But it's such a great way to bring people together. And as you say, you've met a lot of designers and got a little community going. You got your societies. It's just a wonderful
Missed
game
another
for
one.
me, and I just love it. And as you say, chatting to each other and just seeing what's what.
It is. This game is a fantastic way to relax and meet cool people, and as long as people don't take it too serious, it can be a very 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 nice escape from the television and the phone and all the things that just kind of tend to carry drama. If you can avoid the
Life,
drama in
isn't
this
it?
game, you're
Yeah,
doing great. Yeah.
life can sometimes just get too, as you say, serious, and it's nice to have that respite. But then watch me play TGC
Uh,
tours, mate, and I'll be tearing my hair out and taking it way too serious. So when that
yeah, I
comes back,
got I got a tremendous the you guys that play TCG tours, those are uh, I have the biggest respect for the players that play that particular society
it's
and at
brutal.
that skill level is just you guys are mind-boggling to me, honestly. And well, I had told you about another person that I know plays that I'm fairly good friends with,
Yes.
and uh, kind of how I got into watching YouTube because um, I befriended Even Prime first, and he's friends with that fella.
Yeah.
Well, then I started watching his YouTube thing. I was never a big YouTube guy, and um, that's how I started watching all you guys play that, and it's so amazing. It's so amazing, even though it's something that's totally out of my comfort level. To watch skilled players play that way is oh,
Oh,
it's
it's
amazing.
yeah,
I
I
know
love
it's
it,
the only
and
way to say it.
yeah, and I too watch it's Bedan plays. We'll give it a shout out, mate, because he's got a great YouTube. Um, and
Yes,
he's yeah,
absolutely. B Dan plays.
Bedan plays, and he's a brilliant player, mate, as well. Him and Even Prime have both handed my ass to me in match play. But I've swapped to
That's
Xbox.
great.
It's hard to switch between the two. That's what I'm putting it down to. It's hard. It's hard. All right, now hole 16. This par five, mate. Where's the best route here?
This is a par five hole, but if our wind is oh man, if the wind was behind our back, this is an albatross opportunity.
Oh
Wind's
yeah,
blowing, the wind's blowing at us here,
I don't think
so
I'm getting there.
I can't get there. I can't even get there. I'm gonna have to lay up out here in front.
Yeah. Oh no. Please make the fairway at least. Oh, heavy rough. Heavy rough.
I
But this is what
know.
I do like about your courses. There are options and routes and
Yep.
different ways to play them.
Yep. The wind changes everything. The directions of the wind, everything about the wind and the lie conditions. I don't know if I've told you much about that, but I've been well, I'm an easy settings player, right?
Yeah.
And what I have been doing recently is I've been taking myself out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I've been playing some different societies because, like I told you, I only play my own society like twice a week
Yeah.
because I don't want to be that guy at the top of the list.
Always tough.
So,
Agreed.
so I kind of banned myself from playing there more than a couple times a week. But what I've been doing is I've been kind of taking myself out of my comfort level, and I've been going and playing in societies with tighter swing patterns, amateur, pro am,
Oh, nice.
and I've been playing a lot more wind, and I've been playing a lot more societies where they don't use putt previews. So my game now is just from kind of taking myself to a new level as far as my play goes as well. My game now is doing much, much better as well. And ironically, B Dan, um, he's a follower on my Twitch as well. And when I started playing in some other societies where I was just I was just completely out of my comfort level. I streamed a couple of my matches so that he could watch me and give me some tips on how to deal with the lie penalty stuff, how to get up over that, 9 foot steep edge at the edge of the green.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that can go really, really wrong with lie penalty on.
Oh, massively, mate, massively. And on that note, then, so when you design these courses, because I know obviously you play at the level you play at, and then there's all the way up to TGC Tours level. Do you design for a particular level, or is it you design a course and then you can just use the wind and the different elements to affect the level?
It's a fine line.
Right.
It's a hard fine line. We're gonna run out of holes. We're talking so much, but I'll cover a couple things
Yeah,
with you
no,
about that
cover
real
them off,
quick.
mate. Cover them off. Yeah, no, we don't need.
And
We got time.
so um, that was one of my biggest things was I always designed courses that were way too easy.
Right.
Well, then I kind of took a jump to basically designing courses that were too hard for the average player
Yes.
because I was trying to make them challenging for the guys that played skill level golf. So it's a really, really hard mix. It is a fine, fine line. And that's why this course has a lot of texture on the fairways. It's not a smooth fairway.
No.
Um, it's got a lot of shaping going on the fairways, but it's not big long slopes where the easy player's ball will roll off real easy. You
Got
see what
you.
I'm saying? So
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
there's different techniques that you can use because I know when your lie penalty's on, if you got a little 2 foot hump right in front of you and your ball's sitting on that hump, it changes the way you have to shoot.
It does. Yeah,
But
massively.
with massively with no timing players, it doesn't phase us at all.
Got you.
What's going on under our feet doesn't mean anything to us because our blue arrow tells us where the ball is going to go anyway.
True. True.
So the only thing the blue arrow doesn't tell us is what the wind is going to do, pretty much. So it's just a whole different kind of play, and it is a hard mix to figure out. But I think I'm starting to get that figured out. And then
Yeah, I think this is definitely a course that, as you say, is great for beginners, but also, as I've just proven, a challenge for for TTC Tour players. So,
yeah,
it,
I think everyone's going to enjoy this course. I really do.
mate, it's a beautiful course, and it's your latest course, isn't it? The Grip and Rib. So,
Yes, yes, it's my latest legitimate course. Yes.
yeah, oh mate, it's incredible. And I think you said on this one the pin four. So if people want a real challenge, set it on pin four with some of the higher wins, and it is a brutal course, almost impossible challenge level course. So
Yes.
I'm
I
gonna look
think Pin
forward to
4 is
trying
going
that.
to be yeah, I think if anybody wants to try this, I know the Impossible Challenge is extremely popular across YouTube right now. And that was my goal with this one. Ultimately, I wanted it to be beautiful. I wanted it to be playable by everybody. Um, but I also wanted to make Pin 4 an Impossible Challenge pin because it's always tip to tip, extreme winds, extreme speeds. And if you play this course with pin four, with very high winds and very hard, very fast greens, pin four is going to be very tough.
Tricky. Nice.
And but if you know, but in all honesty, if you play it with soft green conditions and slower green conditions, and they don't even have to be the softest, pin four is still playable. It's when you get into the putting all of the elements together, it gets really difficult.
Well, I look
So
forward to
yeah,
giving that a
I can't wait to see you try that.
I know. I look forward to giving that a go, Camps. It is fun, and there's a few other courses I want to check out. And guys, as I said at home, if you're watching, just search Camps, check out all his courses, give them a play, smash the favorite button on them, and score them highly because he's a brilliant guy, as you can tell. And Camps, I just want to thank you, mate, for being on episode 2 of Tea Talk. Camps,
I
it's gonna
am
kick off. This is it's gonna be amazing. I can feel it. But thank you very much, mate.
I'm so honored to be here, man. And let me go ahead and give you a shout out real quick too. You guys, please pound the like button, uh, subscribe. It helps these guys out tremendously, and for them to take the time to play our courses and give us a shout out and give us opportunity to be seen. It's uh, it's such an honor to be here and such a privilege for these guys to play our courses for us out there across the world for the whole world to see, not just the 2K23 guys. I mean, anybody in the world can see these this way, and it's absolutely it's humbling. It's very
You know, thank you,
it's
my
very
friend.
humbling. So
Thank you very much, Camps, and it's been a pleasure, buddy. And we will pick up this soon. Thank everyone for watching. Thanks for being a part of it, and I will catch you all soon for the next episode of Tea Talk.